Hello YouTube, my name's Nero, and today we have some Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and an update has actually happened for Advanced Warfare on the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4, as well as the PC. One is going to assume, hopefully within a month, people on the Xbox 360 and people on the PlayStation 3 will actually be getting this update, although I must say they have gotten a little bit better with updating those consoles a little bit faster. When the game first came out, they had to wait like 2 months between updates, but now they're actually getting them a little bit faster. What I usually do with these videos is I kind of give you the broad stroke, the little short and sweet version of the patch notes, but of course if you guys like to check out the full patch notes for this new update, you can check it out at the link in the video description. It'll actually take you over to callofduty.com where you can actually read through the full patch notes. First and foremost, let's talk about the weapon updates, because weapon balancing I'm sure is one of the key things on your mind whenever an update comes along. So the MK14 has increased headshot damage multiplier, trying to make the MK14 a little bit more viable. The ASM1, who has been in dire need of a nerf, has gotten a nerf to its magazine size. I'll have to see if that actually makes the ASM1 a little bit less viable. Maybe people running around with it a bit less, because the initial starting magazine size as well as the extended magazine size are going to be a little bit smaller than what they were before. But I gotta say, the magazine size never really bothered me. It was the fact that it just melts you in like 3 shots at all ranges. But you know, the Pytech, let's talk about the Pytech light machine gun. So it's going to have decreased initial recoil, decreased aim down sight time. So basically it's going to have a little bit less recoil to start off with, which it really didn't have any to begin with, as well as we're going to have decreased aim down sight time, making it so you could ADS a little bit faster with the Pytech, which is going to make the gun maybe a little bit better, so maybe a little bit more people try to use this. And the EPM3, which they've tried to update and try to make better so many times, they've actually increased the headshot damage multiplier, and they've decreased the heat buildup time when firing. Basically, they're making it so it's not going to overheat as quickly as was they made it so it does a little bit more damage if you in fact end up hitting somebody in the head. So basically, 4 guns, the ASM1, the MK14, Pytech, and EPM3 have gotten updates, very minimal updates, my own personal opinion, and they're mostly guns that people don't use. Like the MK14, the Pytech, and the EPM3 are very underused guns, in my own personal opinion, in Advanced Warfare, and the things that they've done to them are not really game-changing. Like, they didn't make them do a lot more damage or anything like that. They basically increased the headshot damage multiplier and like decreased like initial recoil and like the time it takes for your EPM3 to overheat and stuff like that. So not really too much on the front of changing around the weapons, although the ASM1 does now have a smaller magazine size universally, which definitely sounds like a good thing. Maybe it's going to persuade more people to try out other guns, because as we all know, the ASM1 is by far ridiculously overused in Advanced Warfare in its current state. Next up, let's talk about some more general updates. So this is not a giant update overall, but they have adjusted various spawn logic for domination, momentum, capture the flag, hardpoint, and the uplink game modes. Hopefully there's going to be a little bit less spawn trapping and things of that nature within Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, but keep in mind they tried to adjust the spawn logic for a lot of these game modes in just about all of their updates, so who knows if that's actually going to change around some things. I know that spawn trapping is definitely a very heated debate when you're playing an uplink. It's definitely something that happens quite a bit, and so I think they're adjusting that a little bit more. They're probably going to be trying to make it so it doesn't happen nearly as much. And aside from that, ladies and gentlemen, there really isn't a whole lot to this update. So, I mean, there's some really specific things that they went ahead and updated, like they adjusted the height of the Vulcan kill streak on Perplex while playing on the Xbox One, because apparently that wasn't perfectly right. On the Xbox One, they also fixed a rare issue where the missile strike would be uncontrollable while playing on the map Climate. I personally have used the missile strike on Climate, so I never actually had that issue. I guess that's why they call it a rare issue. But aside from that, yeah, they've really adjusted a lot of things, but a lot of it is very small, minimal stuff that is not really going to affect your experience whatsoever when you're actually playing, especially if you're somebody that plays mostly the multiplayer. So once again, I would like to give you guys a link that you guys can go ahead and click in the video description if you want to read through these patch notes for yourself. It doesn't take very long to read through all these. Once again, it's a very small update in the grand scheme of things. We've had some giant updates in the past. This is kind of like a much smaller, kind of like a filler update in a way, and I would assume if they're going to have a big update coming in the relatively near future, that this is kind of like a preface to that. So once again, if you guys like to go ahead and check out this update, there's going to be a link to it down in the video description, and I'll catch you guys with my video that's going up later on this evening, where we're going to be doing a full news roundup for all the stuff we learned about Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.